tension, I can go ahead and tap the back. Or maybe ask my daughter, son, friend to do that for me. Alternatively, give yourself a shake or a twist or a swing. Notice that there's no tension in the upper body. How do we come back up? First, I'm going to bend my knees, drop my tailbone, and zip my core up and stack the vertebrae right back on top of the tailbone. No tension in the arms. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And the last thing to unfold is the head. When you reach the top, you might feel a bit dizzy because there's been a lot of blood rush to the head. So what's very important is that you stay grounded. Catch yourself with your breath. Big inhale. And exhale. Let it fall right into the ground. Do a couple of repetitions, and that's going to really release tension throughout the back. Alternatively, use a ball, an exercise ball that you can just lie over. Same thing. It rounds the spine, releasing the tension in all the vertebrae. Wonderful. I hope you feel good after doing this. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to breathe, and happy stretching.
COVID-19 affects people very differently. Many people show no symptoms at all, but some are hospitalized for weeks. So what does the disease do to your body? The coronavirus enters through the mouth, nose or eyes. It then usually attaches itself to cells lining the nose, throat, airways or lungs. It can turn these cells into factories that multiply and spread the virus. For the majority, a fever, cough and breathlessness are as bad as it gets. But the virus can damage the small blood vessels lining the lungs and initiate clotting. The alveoli are tiny air sacs where oxygen goes into the blood. If they become inflamed, it can trigger pneumonia. Seriously ill patients need to be given oxygen as the lungs fill with fluid and debris.
I legit couldn't breathe. My oximeter was measuring under 88% oxygen levels, which is very dangerous. And the only time I ever thought my life was in danger was at that point.
COVID-19 doesn't just affect the lungs. It can also disrupt the immune system, which is used by the body to fight illnesses. Cytokines are part of the immune system that find and signal infections. For some people with severe COVID-19, this system can go into overdrive. If too many cytokines build up, it can cause an overreaction that damages healthy cells. This is called a cytokine storm for the most severe cases. COVID-19 can lead to seizures or even a coma. It can also cause brain problems that lead to strokes. The immune system overreacting can cause clots that stop the blood supply to parts of the brain. Brain inflammation, psychosis and dementia-like symptoms can also affect seriously ill patients. The average length of the illness is 14 days, but many people have symptoms for much longer. Breathing problems and post-viral fatigue last for months in some cases.
I cannot walk for long simply because I will feel a little bit short of breath and I feel the need to sit down. And that's something that has never happened to me before.
Some of the people who are most likely to develop severe symptoms are older adults and those with underlying health conditions. It's not fully known how anyone will react to COVID-19 until they get it. So it's important for everyone to follow health guidance. What precautions are you taking to stay safe?
A very big hello to you, ladies. It's great to be with you on the show again.
Yes.
Welcome to Living the Life. Marriage is where the work really is.
That's the main.
So no matter how exhausted the event planner is after, oh my God, I did such a beautiful wedding. She did the wedding. That's not the work.
You understand?
The work is the couple now.
The uterus begins to shrink back to its normal size. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks for it to get down to below the umbilicus level, and 4 to 6 weeks if you're breastfeeding. So that's another incentive to breastfeed.
Oh, yes.
You're wondering, love, what does it really mean? Someone is telling you, I love you, but if you love me, show me that you love me.
Investing in marriage takes a real hard work. It's not something that you just wake up and feel like, no, because I married my best friend. It's not automatic that the marriage is going to work.
Explanation of symbols on worksheets are as follows. Use coloring crayons to color the picture. Use your finger to follow the track or line or show the correct picture. Use a coloring crayon to draw a line or write a number or sound. Look at the picture and say the number or sound out loud. Use a scissors to cut on the dotted line. Look at the picture. Use these symbols for the lesson of the day, which will be allocated at the top right side of each page. For example, Lesson 1, Prepositions and Directions.
Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Netai. Today's theme is farm. Let's sanitize our hands. Rub, rub, rub your hands back, inside and forth. Now your hands and mine are clean. We have sanitized. Rub, rub, rub your hands back, inside and forth. Now your hands and mine are clean. We have sanitized. Remember to maintain your social distance at all times. And today's lesson is letter J and coloring. Let's turn to page 15 of our booklet. The instruction on page 15 says, circle the correct number, color the insects. But before we do that, let's go to the board and learn how to count up to number 7 once more. Let's count the numbers as I point to the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how we count up to number 7. Let's get back to our booklet once more. Now we need to count the number of insects. The first insects that we see in the first row are bees. Let's count and find out how many bees can we see in row number 1. Let's count as you point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, there are 7 bees in that first row. Now you need to color the bees any color you want. And I would like to demonstrate for you on the board what you are supposed to do when you have to circle the correct number of the bees. Let's get back to the board and look at the numbers on the board. We all agreed that there are 7 bees. Now we need to check and look carefully. Which number is 7? Is this 7? No, this is number 1. Is this 7? No, that is number 2. Let's look at the next one. The next number is 3. We are looking for number 7. Let's look. The next number says 4. And the next number after 4 is 5. The following number after 5 is 6. Now, where is number 7? Number 7 is right at the end. Now, you need to circle number 7 because we have 7 bees in the first row. Let's get back to our booklet once more. Let's look at the next row. In the next row, there are fleas. There are how many fleas that you can see in second row? Let's count and see how many there are. 1, 2, 3. Now color in those fleas and look for the correct number in the row next to it. Numbers are lined up nicely next to the fleas. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Choose the correct number which corresponds with the number of fleas you can see in the picture. Let's move on to the next row. What can you see in row number 3? I can see ladybirds. Can you count and see how many ladybirds are in the picture? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, there are 5 ladybirds. Now, let's look at the number in the row. Count and identify which is the correct number which corresponds with the number of ladybirds and circle like I've done before. Let's look in the next picture. The next picture we have butterflies. Count the number of butterflies and look for the correct number in the numbers provided on the right-hand side. Count together with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now look for the correct number in the row and circle the right number. Remember to color the butterflies. The last pictures at the bottom of page 15 are ants. I can see there are ants. Count those number of ants and find the correct number and circle the correct number. Remember, all the pictures on this page must be colored in. Now let's turn over to the next page. On page 16, it is a nice, easy activity that all of us can do. There is a picture of a horse. Now you need to color in the horse. You can use any color of your choice. Once you have finished, we can turn over to page 17. On page 17, the instruction says, I will read, color the horse brown. There is a specific color that you are supposed to use. Now let's look closely at the picture on page 17. On page 17, I am able to see two different kinds of animals. Which two animals can you see? Right, there is a horse and there is a cat. Now you need to color in the horse. You need to use color brown. Let's color in the horse using color brown. You may leave out the cat because we have not been instructed to color the cat. Once you are done, I would like to say, well done. Let's turn to page 18 of our booklet. On page 18, we can see letter J. Letter J for jacket. And the instruction says, write the J in the blocks. We have the blocks right at the bottom of letter J. Now I would like to show you how we are supposed to form letter J. Let's move over to the board as I explain to you. When we write letter J for jacket or for jet, for juice, jug, jar, jug, I have already mentioned juice. For